The wind whispered secrets through the canopy of Sylvanora, rustling the leaves like applause for Shruggy's lute. He sat perched on a branch platform, high above the sun-dappled city, his fingers dancing across the strings. Below, children played beneath the giant, interconnected trees that formed their home, their laughter echoing the melody Shruggy wove. Sylvanora, a haven carved from the chaos left by Umbra's void portals and the endless wars that had plagued the land. Elder Rowan, a figure etched with wisdom and kindness, had gathered the orphaned remnants of those conflicts, Shruggy among them, and raised them within the protective embrace of the ancient forest. It was Rowan who taught Shruggy about Helios, the sun god of light, hope, and community, and Umbra, the moon god of shadows, secrets, and reflection. Rowan didn't preach hatred of Umbra, instead explaining that both gods held a place in the world, and both had lessons to impart. However, it was Helios whose tenets guided their lives and formed the foundation of Sylvanora. His teachings, meticulously written down, were the laws of their city, laws that Shruggy knew by heart. Be honest with Helios. To lie to yourself and your neighbors is to steal faith and to steal faith and trust is to be punished by flame. Honesty was the bedrock of their community, ensuring transparency and fostering unbreakable bonds. Share what you have with your neighbors. Plant the seed of friendship and grow together like the mighty oak. Sharing wasn't just a virtue, it was a necessity in their resource-conscious city. Each shared skill, each shared harvest, contributed to the collective strength of Sylvanora. We are not fighters by trade, but Helios teaches us that we must protect ourselves against the night and hordes of winter, so we train our bodies as well as our minds, for when the time comes, we will be ready. While peace was their ideal, they were not naive. They trained in archery, hand-to-hand combat, and, most importantly, strategy, ensuring they could defend their home should the darkness threaten. Helios teaches that ego and pride can lead to misunderstandings and fallout. It is by Helios that we always check our pride and egos while speaking to anyone, enemy or friend. Humility was paramount. Understanding that everyone had their own perspective, their own experiences, was vital for peaceful coexistence, even when dealing with strangers. Helios teaches that stress and anger are not his way. Be happy and joyful. Let the light into your lives. Joy wasn't a frivolous indulgence. It was a shield against despair, a source of resilience in the face of hardship. With these laws, Elder Rowan built Sylvanora, a city founded on freedom. Freedom to grow, both physically and intellectually. Freedom to speak their minds, even when their opinions differed. Freedom to worship Helios or Umbra or neither without fear of judgment. And most importantly, freedom to defend themselves and their neighbors. One day, a shadow fell upon their peaceful existence. A group of heavily armed mercenaries, their faces grim and hardened by battle, arrived at the edge of the forest. They claimed to be refugees, driven from their homes by Umbra's creeping influence. But Shruggy, listening from the trees, sensed a deception. Their eyes lacked the hollow despair of the truly displaced. He alerted the council, reminding them of Rowan's lessons. Pride could blind them. They needed to approach this situation with caution, honesty, and a willingness to share, but also with a firm resolve to protect their home. Following the first law, the council decided to approach the mercenaries with honesty. Elder Rowan, his voice filled with genuine warmth, welcomed them, offered them food and shelter, and asked about their story. The mercenaries, surprised by the genuine offer of hospitality, began to relax. However, their leader, a scarred man named Kalen, remained wary. Shruggy, using his bardic skills, began to weave tales of Sylvanora's origins, emphasizing the freedoms they cherished and the sacrifices they made to maintain their way of life. He sang of the importance of defending the innocent and the strength that came from unity. Kalen, entranced by the music, found himself drawn in. He confessed to the council that they were not refugees, but soldiers seeking a strategically advantageous city to use as a base for their own ambitions. The council, remembering the fourth law, checked their pride and anger. Instead of attacking, they offered Kalen and his men a choice: embrace the Sylvanoran way of life, contribute to their community, and defend their home alongside them, or leave peacefully. Kalen, moved by their compassion and the prospect of a life free from endless conflict, chose to stay. He and his men integrated into Sylvanora, their military skills bolstering their defenses, their perspectives enriching their understanding of the world. Sylvanora, built on the principles of Helios and the wisdom of Elder Rowan, faced its first true test and emerged stronger. Their freedom, their unity, and their unwavering belief in the power of light had triumphed over the encroaching darkness. Shruggy, strumming his lute under the watchful gaze of the sun, knew that the song of Sylvanora had only just begun. The legacy of Elder Rowan and the light of Helios would continue to guide them through the trials to come.